opportunities. I speak truth to power without fear. So Eminem put out this album recently. It has a song on it called Zeus. In that song, he disses Snoop Dogg. And the reason why he decided to diss Snoop Dogg is because Snoop Dogg said that Eminem wasn't in his top 10 of MCs. He talked about how there are a lot of MCs from the 80s that he likes more than he likes Eminem and stuff. And because of that, Eminem's panties are in a bunch and he decided to put out this song. Um, Snoop's comments weren't disrespectful. Uh, Snoop was simply just talking about his preferences. And he has every right to decide who's in his top 10. Just because somebody's on a label with you doesn't mean that you have to put them in your top 10. Just because a lot of people ride his nuts and, put him on some pedestal, it doesn't mean that Snoop Dogg has to put him in his top 10. And I frankly think that Eminem, he's a good MC. He's even a great MC. But there are other MCs that are just as good as him, if not better than him. Many MCs that are better than him. But I think that because of his white skin, a lot of people automatically put him above many MCs that are way better than him. And with this particular song, I think that Eminem, made certain statements in that song to try to basically to deflect criticism of him. So he talked about police brutality. He mentioned Breonna Taylor's name. He shouted out the Roots and Black Thought in that particular song. Basically to make it seem like, oh, I'm not going after black people. I got respect for black people. And he says something to that effect about how he respects some black people that helped him and all that kind of stuff. But I want to deal with this issue. As I said before, there are plenty of MCs that are just as good or better than him. MCs like a Black Thought, the person that he shouted out in the song. Black Thought is way better than Eminem. And there are other examples of other MCs that are better than Eminem. But because of his white skin and all that kind of stuff, he's going to get way more sales and all that kind of stuff. And we would not even know Eminem existed if it wasn't for a black man, Dr. Dre. As Snoop Dogg points out, Snoop Dogg talked about how Dr. Dre made Eminem the best Eminem that he could be. None of us would even know who he is without the production of Dr. Dre and all that kind of stuff. So, I just think that this is silly, and I think that we need to stop putting this guy Eminem on a pedestal. Even though I like a lot of his early stuff, like his first 3 albums, and, I don't think that he deserves to be on this pedestal that a lot of people put him on. And I think that at this point, if it wasn't for this beef that he constantly generates, people wouldn't even be talking about Eminem. As many people have said, the average black person that's into hip hop is not in their car bumping Eminem. I can't even remember the last time I played an Eminem song was this song, just so that I could hear it for myself. But before then, I can't even remember the last time I played an Eminem song. The only thing that keeps him relevant is his beef with somebody. Whether it's beef with, Nick Cannon or that guy Machine Gun Kelly or, all these people. Him dissing Lord Jamar in his song. All that kind of stuff, that controversy keeps this guy relevant. And I think that that's part of his act now. He even started off with this stuff. He started off by going after pop artists and all that kind of stuff. Going after NSYNC and Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff. Mariah Carey, etc. To keep himself relevant and stuff like that. And it's just a shame that he would have to waste his talent. He is a talented person. And it's just a shame that to stay relevant, he has to diss people. In order to have people talking about him, he has to diss people. It's just a fact of the matter is he's less relevant than some of the people he criticizes, like Drake. I mean, Drake, even though people want to say, oh, he's not a lyricist, blah, 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 Drake is far more relevant than Eminem. More people are listening to Drake than they're listening to Eminem. More people are listening to a Lil Wayne than they are Eminem. And I just think that Eminem, I mean, even though he's still a good MC and all that kind of stuff, he's just less relevant to now. I mean, he's literally just played out now. You know, I mean, nobody's talking other than beef stuff. Like, who's really talking about Eminem like that? Who's really all excited and amped up when an Eminem song comes out other than these white people? So anyway, man, no, that's my thought about this. And, you know, I just wish for once that a real MC would have a battle with this guy and destroy him. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody like Black Thought come at him and just rip him apart, man. I want to see, you know, somebody on that kind of level come at him and, you know, show him what MCing is about. Because a lot of people see this guy as some great white hope. They see him as if he is the best to ever do it, and he's not. I want to see somebody like a MF Doom battle him or something like that. You know, so many other people, man. And, you know, like Snoop said, I mean, there's so many artists from the 80s that are way better than Eminem. I mean, whether we're talking about Rakim, whether we're talking about KRS-One, and the list goes on and on. But anyway, that's my thoughts. You know, the bottom line is this, man. Fuck Eminem. You know, I hope that Snoop Dogg gets at him and responds to him with a song dissing him. You know, that's what I want to see. But anyway, peace and blessings. Have a great day.